Poor misunderstood. Poor misunderstood. I, you know, misunderstood. She could just be so shy and a bit on the timid side, and just poor misunderstood. And I know y'all like, well, where are you going with this, man, and with this? Have you seen Tracy? I think Tracy is live right now. The title of her video is Am I Pretty? I'm not saying Tracy is ugly. Y'all know I always thought Tracy was a real classy lady. But Lord, Tracy, I just hope she don't walk around the ship like that. She shouldn't even wear that to the pool. Did y'all see that shit? I mean, from the time however they transported themselves to the port yesterday, she has been highly inappropriate in terms of her fashion. And I hope she don't walk straight out her cabin like that and walk all around the cruise ship. She shouldn't even wear that at the pool. It's embarrassing. I would be embarrassed. I would have been embarrassed when, she said she was dressed. Okay, let's go to the port, misunderstood. No, Tracy, you cannot wear that. Put on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, some sneakers, whatever. Just not that shit. And then, did y'all see how when she turned to the side? Just because they make something don't mean you should wear it, Tracy. You don't have the body for that. And you're over 50 years old, Tracy. You see, I couldn't go nowhere with Tracy. Tracy could never go nowhere with me dressed like that. I don't care if I was on my way to hell. You ain't going with me, Tracy. Go to hell with somebody else. And here, misunderstood. I saw her this morning at breakfast. She had on a nice black summer dress or whatever. Very decent and respectable. And now, this is her outfit now. So she's going to be walking around, misunderstood, presentable and decent. And she's going to be walking around with Tracy looking like that. Misunderstood, it's a big ass ship. You could lose Tracy if you really want to. You could lose anybody on a big ass ship. It is very easy to avoid somebody. Look at Jay Wilson. He out in the library. Of course, if you want to go, you on a cruise full of ratchet niggas, the best place to hide would be in a library. You know niggas don't read. But honey, if I was misunderstood, I would lose Tracy. Nope. I would not be seen walking with her any place. And I mean, thank God it's only 3 days you got to deal with your friend like this, misunderstood. But in this case, even 3 days is way too fucking long. But it could be worse. It could be a 7-day or a 14-day cruise. You got to deal with her ratchet shenanigans. And what makes it even worse, and I'm not trying to, I don't mean to, I'm not trying to down her, but come on, y'all know it, that it's the truth. She's not an ugly woman at all. But the shit she wears is inappropriate for one, and it's not for her. So, misunderstood, I'm sorry that, you have to endure this type of shit. But hey, she walked around inappropriate when she came out to California. So you had an inkling. There was your red flag. And if you decided to go with her, to be locked up with her in a cabin and on a cruise for 72 hours, But now that I think about it, maybe it really ain't that bad given the type of people that are on that ship anyway. Tracy fits right in. Because according to Sean Bradley, it's the hood, it's the ghetto. So yeah, she fits right into that shit. But I tell you, she wouldn't get away like that on celebrity cruises. She wouldn't get away like that on Norwegian. But apparently you can get away with that bullshit on Carnival. So Tracy fits right in. Sean Bradley said, the way Tracy was dressed, Tracy was a goddess compared to the shit he's seen. Well, honey, Tracy is not a goddess today. That is the absolute worst. The worst. But I don't know how you do it, misunderstood. I'll hang out with somebody in a minute. You start embarrassing me, that's going to be the last time we hang out. Somebody said, well, don't you think they had that conversation, before the cruise, when Misunderstood was home in California and Tracy's home in Texas, like, what you wearing, girl? Or, do you think I should bring a jacket? It might get chilly. And I'm saying, no, they never had that conversation, apparently. And if they didn't have that conversation then, they should have had that conversation when Misunderstood realized that Tracy was going to go to the port dressed like that. I hope I haven't been driving and just talking and buffering. Sometimes it'll cut off on me, given the area I'm driving through. So far, so good, it seems. But yeah, poor Misunderstood. Misunderstood, you need to get some backbone. I mean, I've seen you with a backbone on live and cussing people out. But you needed that backbone. Not necessarily cussing Tracy out, but to say, Tracy, that does not look right on you. Tracy, we're only going to be on the ship for 72 hours. You do not need 6 bathing suits. Is that all she packed? Was bathing suits? She got a different bathing suit for 2 times a day on a 3-day cruise. Did you know this, Misunderstood? And you said nothing? You just let this shit fly? If I was you, Misunderstood, and I realized out of her mouth that she bought 6 bathing suits because she gonna change her bathing suit twice a day in 72 hours. The only reason why I would let that fly if I was going to duck her on the ship for 72 hours. But that's not the case, Misunderstood. You still hanging out with her. Embarrassment and all. I'm embarrassed. Shit. So I'm talking about it. I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed for Tracy. Tracy ain't got sense enough to be embarrassed, as we can clearly see. But hey, it is what it is. Lord takes care of babies and fools. I tell you, babies and fools.